Hi, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to our Tuesday Talks. This is Kitchen Edition. This is Dad Edition. This is Peyton Edition right here. Welcome to the Tuesday Talk. This week, we're going to talk about the 21-day challenge that I have going on. Some of you watching this replay or live video might be on this 21-day challenge. It's day number 2, so hopefully you're still strong. Motivation is still high and you're still earning those points. Some of you watching this might not be on our 21-day challenge, but this talk might still apply to you because I'm going to talk all about when you get these cravings, when you change up your diet, when you go on some sort of diet or change up your nutrition, we tend to get these cravings. So I want to talk about strategies that you can use on these cravings when this happens to you. Okay, so I got some notes back here, so don't mind me. The part of the kitchen edition is that it's on my kitchen table and my countertop's over here, and I got a cranky baby right here, so she's gonna be held. So bear with me here. So when you get these cravings, it tends to be because of multiple reasons. It's usually in the afternoons or the evenings. It tends to be because it's usually a habit of yours to reach for a certain food and you're just used to that habit. And now that you're getting rid of that food, then your body's still like, what the hell? I want my typical food. And you're like, no, you can't have that. So that's why you get that craving. It's also could be because you are not eating enough calories, because when you cut out a bunch of foods, when you go on a diet, then we tend to naturally eat a lot less calories. When our body's used to a certain amount of calories and now you're giving it less, it tends to have more cravings. It tends to be like, give me those calories back. And then number 3 is water, hydration. We tend to not be as hydrated, and that can actually lead to a lot of cravings. So let's go through a few strategies that you can use when you get these cravings. Number 1, an easy one, is to hydrate. Drink more water. When you get a craving, drink a big glass of water. Honestly, let's see. I have my water bottle. It's like 22 ounces or 24 ounces. I'll drink the whole thing just to make sure that I have enough water in my system. And it tends to take away the craving. I drink a bunch of water. I give myself 10 minutes to wait and see how it affects myself. And usually after that 10 minutes, my craving is gone. And it's just because we're dehydrated, our body senses it as something and a discomfort basically, and we tend to reach for those craving foods when we get uncomfortable. So make sure you are hydrated. In a day, how much water should you drink? This varies. A general rule is that if you take your body weight, divide it by half, that's how many ounces you should drink in a day. So for example, if I'm 210 pounds, 105 ounces every single day is a rough calculation. Now, some people like to do the gallon a day, which is about 120 or 128 ounces every single day. It's a lot of water. I mean, you can definitely do it. And honestly, there's studies out there that show if you drink more water, if you drink, that half of your body weight in ounces, or even a whole gallon every single day, it can actually help lead to weight loss. Okay? And that's for multiple reasons. 1, it fills up space. 2, it keeps you full. And 3, they've actually shown studies that after you drink water for the next 10 to 20 minutes, your resting rate, metabolic rate, actually raises up and you end up burning more calories just by drinking water. So strategy number 1 when you get a craving is drink more water. And then part B to that one is make sure you're drinking enough water every single day. Make sure you're drinking enough ounces. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is something that I talk about all the time. You've probably gotten sick of me talking about this. It's eat enough protein. We tend to not eat enough protein, but protein is super satiating, meaning it keeps us full for long periods of time. So make sure every single meal and every single snack that you have has protein. There's a lot of studies out there that show when you eat enough protein or that you're gonna stay full for longer periods of time. No, you cannot have my mic. Yeah, someone has 4 top teeth coming in, so she's pretty cranky. All right, so that's number 2, make sure you're eating enough protein. Number 3 is avoid situations that are, that spark these cravings. Usually, like I said at the beginning, we get these cravings because we're placed in situations that our body's used to being like, well, yep, I'm gonna go for that donut because the donuts are in the office. I pass by the break room every single day and I tempt myself with these donuts and I'm placing myself in this situation where I end up giving into that craving. Same thing like, if your routine is you're getting off late from work, if you know every single week you're gonna be getting off late from work, then you should be preparing ahead of time and preparing a meal. But most of us, we got off late from work, we're tired, we're exhausted, we don't feel like cooking, we might not even have food at home, so we stop off and get something quick that might not be the best for us. So you can change that situation that you place yourself in by prepping meals in advance, or by avoiding the situations. Avoid the break room if that's what you have to do. If there's donuts in the break room every single day, avoid that situation. If you know that you get off late from work, make sure you have a meal to go to. Which leads me to my next strategy, is to always have a healthy snack on hand. Whether that's like a protein bar, that's a good quality bar, hard-boiled eggs, sliced turkey, or whatever it is, have some sort of snack ready to go. Fruits as well for some sweetness. And that way, when those cravings hit, you can easily grab for a healthier snack instead of an unhealthy one. Okay, so where are we at? Drink a glass of water when those cravings hit. Also, make sure you drink enough water during the day. Eat protein at each of your meals to avoid the cravings. What else did I say? Avoid situations that spark the cravings if that's possible. And set yourself up for success to avoid all those cravings. But let's talk a little bit more nitty gritty of like when the cravings actually spark. So like I said, drink a big glass of water, give yourself 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, try to take your mind off of it by doing something else. Go for a walk, do some work, take your mind and put it in a different setting for those 10 minutes and see after 10 minutes. What I even do is set my timer for 10 minutes. And then when I go back and look at my timer, I realized it's been like 10 to 15 minutes and that craving went away. Now, if that craving is still there, then maybe you can get outside, maybe you can get away from the situation where this craving is coming up and you can go for a walk and hopefully that craving will go away after maybe like a quick 10-minute walk as well. Getting your heart rate up can also help alleviate cravings, okay? And my final strategy for today is sleep. Now, this one is to avoid cravings. You're not going to just take a nap if a craving comes up. So this one's to avoid cravings. Get enough sleep. There's a ton of studies out there, and I got to start talking more and more about this, but people who sleep 5 to 6 hours, which is really common with people who I talk to, tend to be at a higher risk for a higher BMI, which is a body mass index, which is a height to weight ratio, aka meaning it's easier to be overweight if you're getting less sleep. There's a ton of studies out there. It's for multiple reasons. I don't think it's fully understood completely, but some of the strategies that are talked about when you get less sleep is, one, we're weaker when it comes to these cravings. So when we have these cravings and we're sleep deprived, we tend to give into these cravings a lot more. Number two, it leaves us more time in the day to eat. So when we get less sleep by the end of the night, we tend to reach for those late night snacks because we haven't set those boundaries and because we're extremely tired. Think of it almost as like jet lag. You're basically giving yourself like a version of jet lag every single day during the week if you're undersleeping, if you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours or even sometimes less. I've worked with people who got like 3 hours of sleep every night. I don't know how they function. So there's also studies that prove people who get 7 to 8 hours every single night avoid these cravings, all right? And they're at a lesser risk for obesity and for being overweight in general, okay? So get some sleep, get some good quality sleep. So again, to avoid cravings, when you get these cravings, when you change up your diet. Number one, I would say get enough sleep, work on your sleep. Number two, make sure you're hydrated every single day. I like the general rule of take your body weight, cut it in half, and that's how many ounces you should drink every single day. Number three, avoid situations that bring up these cravings. And then if these cravings still hit, your strategy should be drink a lot of water, give yourself 10 minutes, try to take your mind off of it, and then set a timer, go for a walk, and after a 10-minute walk, if your craving's still there, then repeat the process. All right, so those are your strategies for today. I hope this helps. I'm going to try to walk her around because she's not very happy right now. But thanks for tuning in, guys. It means a lot. I like doing these Tuesday talks. I'm going to do more of them. So if you have ideas on talks that you want me to talk about, I am all ears. I'd love to get some more ideas about like what you want to learn about. I'd love to do more specific talks. I'm going to start doing more demos as well, like whether that's like cooking demos or meal prepping demos or something like that. So I hope this helps. If you missed it, if you just logged on, I saw a couple of people just log on. Go back and watch this. It might help you out if you are struggling with any sort of like sweet cravings. throughout the day. There's some strategies that you can do to set up your day, and there's some strategies that you can use when those cravings actually hit. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you for the next video. See you later.